welcome to Chow and Tell. My name is Reina, and I'm really excited to be in episode 2 today. Hopefully, it'll be a little less staccato than last time, but it's really, really exciting. I have some special treats today, and I think it's going to be a good show. So, to start, actually, I wanted to check in and tell you about all the great food I ate last week because it was an awesome food week. What did we do? Let's see. We went to East Coast Grill, which is doing some amazing southern cuisine. East Coast Grill is in Cambridge, and apparently the chef there goes down to Jazz Fest pretty much every year except this one, and because he didn't get to go, he brought Jazz Fest to Cambridge. So he was doing kind of Louisiana style items on the menu, and that was really fun. I went with some friends and we ate a lot, so it was really cool. What else did I eat? I ate at Brown Sugar over in, I think it's Alston. They have a few branches, but it's my favorite Thai restaurant, and I highly recommend checking it out because they have stuff beyond, your green curry and yellow curry and red curry. There's a lot of regional Thai dishes. It's a really fat menu and absolutely delicious. I had a crispy, puffy catfish, which I described really badly to the server, and I think she was a little offended when I said, those things that are fish fingers, but not the fish fingers. And she was kind of annoyed. But we had eventually figured out what it is that I wanted, and it comes with this awesome sauce that's it's spicy and sour and sweet all at the same time, with kaffir lime and lemongrass and chili, and it goes really well with that crispy fish. So that was really fun. Where else did I eat? Oh, H Mart's opened right here in Central Square, and I was really excited about that. I had my nose up against the glass for a while they were under construction, and then still under construction, and opening soon, and then opening soon, and not yet open, and I waited, and then they opened while I was gone. So I came back to a real crush of people inside H Mart, which it's a Korean grocery store. So they have a lot of really cool, funky Asian produce and products, dried mushrooms to all kinds of seaweed and prepared foods as well. And I'm sure at some point down the line I'll do something about Korean food because it's one of my favorite kinds of cuisines. And they have a little food court out front as well. So I tried the curry there, gorilla curry, and then I tried, what else? Oh, the ramen. And the ramen was really yum. So if you're looking for like a good bowl of noodles in soup, that's the place to check out. Where else did I eat? Let's see. Oh, and then Mulan, also another, it's a Taiwanese restaurant, and they do a lot of home delivery. So one of those late nights where I didn't feel like cooking, we got takeout from Mulan, and they do a fantastic smoked pork with leek, which is my favorite, over brown rice. So I really enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed it a lot, so I got it a second time in the week. So it was a lot of eating out this week, which is actually outside my normal eating schedule. There's no schedule, but I don't eat out that much, but this week has kind of been special in that way. I guess it was like just one of those weeks where I was out a lot. So I'm looking forward to starting to cook more at home again, and feeling good about that. Let's see, what else? Oh, I wanted to show you something I got in the mail. Hold on. So I come home the other day, and right on our door, actually on the fence, was hung this lovely bag. I don't know if you can see that right there. Yeah. And it's called, so this is a campaign run by the post office. Maybe you can see that there. It's called Stamp Out Hunger, and I've seen these bags all over the neighborhood. And what it says is they're doing their 22nd annual letter carrier food drive. And it's basically a campaign that the post office runs, and the mailman will actually, I think you have to drop it off at the post office, but they ask for all kinds of non-perishable food items, so canned foods and dry foods and stuff in cartons that's unopened, which is a really cool I think it's a really cool initiative, a lot of people supporting it. And the more I do this show, the more I'm finding out a lot of people doing really interesting work to help make sure that everyone is fed, not just me eating out all the time. So I wanted to share that with you. Stamp Out Hunger, you can check them out on Facebook. And if you got a bag in the mail, fill it up with something and send it over to the good folk over at the post office, and I'm sure they'll be really appreciative of that. Let's see, what else? And then I wanted to show you one more thing. This is Chow and Tell, so I get to show you stuff. Let's see if I can find it. I have this Mary Poppins-like bag, and it has all these goodies in it. So what I have here, because I was eating out so much, one of the things I got was a fortune cookie, and what I found in it was really cool. I'll show you. So this is, those are my notes. You can't see my notes. More of the notes. Okay, so let's see if you can see that. I think this thing zooms, but I don't know how it does. No, it does not zoom. Oh, I can just lift this up. Can you read that? No.
Lower. Yeah.
Okay, it says, I'll just tell you what it says. It says persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. And I thought that was a really nice fortune to get, especially given that my guest today has a story about persistence and determination. So I felt it was appropriate that I bring this. Oh, here we go. Simon is awesome. I'm really new to some of this stuff, so let me put it down. Can we focus that in? That's fine. You can take my word for it. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. So that is a nice segue for me to introduce to you my first guest. I'm really excited. I was told that David Letterman's first guest was Bill Murray, and every time they have an anniversary or anything on his show, Bill Murray comes back as a special guest. And so I figured I would also start with a very special guest. Please welcome Mr. Justin Cronin.
Hello, everybody.
Yay!
Clap for myself. I certainly can't compare to Bill Murray, but thank you for adding to the pressure.
No worries, no worries. You're a resident funny man. So
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
I'm really excited to have Justin on the show. It was awesome and really kind of him to agree to come on the show, because it's scary for a lot of people.
It is, and I was trying not to make any noise as I'm sitting here next to you, but I was kind of laughing at your jokes, but I didn't want to take over the
That's
audio
fine.
thing.
Until, we can work on getting like a studio audience together and then have the whole walkout. And,
Give us sympathy claps and laughs when we need them.
Yeah, we'll have the applause thing going and stuff.
We'll provide our own today.
Yeah. We are our own laugh track.
That's right.
And applause track. So let's
Damn
practice
good
that
at
again.
Now, according to your, what was the quote again?
The quote was, persistence and determination alone are omnipotent.
Now, it sounds nice, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know what omnipotent means, so I'll Google it later.
Omnipotent meaning ever present, present everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So there's
Fair
a power in it. It means that those are the things that are there all the time.
The keys to success.
Ever present. Yeah. And I thought it was fitting because you have a great story. I was really touched by this story. And if I backtrack a bit, let me think. When I first met Justin, was a couple of years ago. I had come...
it was a bar crawl.
It was a bar
So
crawl.
I don't know what that impression was like. But this is...
it was interesting.
This is G-rated TV, I believe, so...
Well, yeah, we'll keep it kosher, But
Yes.
I do remember that we were out with a bunch of people, and I had just met, I was sort of, my now husband and I were just in our very early courting phase.
Yes.
And And for some reason, he thought that it would be a good idea for him on the day I arrived to take me to this bar crawl.
Straight from the airport
Straight
to
from
the
the
bar.
airport, yeah, with a bunch of people. And I was a little bit in shock, not being one much for bars myself, but I went along with it, and
That's some culture shock right there. India, airplane, pub crawl.
pub crawl
People that are a mess
with
for about 12 hours.
pineapples. There was
Pineapple
pineapples
pub crawl.
involved.
Well, that's the
Pineapples
international-
dressed up as.
That's their reasoning. That's the international symbol for friendship. So the best way to meet people at a bar, I guess, is to bring a pineapple. And I've never done it by myself because I'd be, asked to leave quicker than normal. So
It was
I don't
it was
wanna do that.
definitely a new experience. I have to say that. But one of the things I do remember is I do remember Justin. I don't know if Justin remembers me.
I do.
But some interesting things were said, I think, in Vino Veritas, or hopefully it wasn't Veritas, but it was pretty funny. And I remember going back and asking Vivek, my husband, now, and then I was like, what's up with this guy?
I mean, we're still friends, so it could have been that bad.
It couldn't have been that bad. It wasn't that bad. But I was just a little bit in shock. But that's just my intro to Justin. I was like, this guy is out of control, was my introduction to Justin. And I will let Justin tell you his side of how that, I don't know if that was soon. That was a couple of years ago.
That was like 2 or 3 years ago, yeah.
That was 2 years ago, August.
Mm-hmm.
And then I left and I went back to India and I came back, a while later. I was by now married, and then we met. And in between the times I met Justin for the first time and then the next time, a lot changed for him. And that's actually what really struck me. And I was really interested in his story. And so maybe you can tell us a little bit about what happened.
Sure. Basically, what happened, you gave it an ominous overtone, but it wasn't like a serious thing happened.
No,
I tried
but
to
it's
inject a little humor.
fabulous. Yeah.
But yeah, good ending. But basically, I went on vacation to India with her now husband, at the time my friend, 2 other friends, Stefan and Ponzio. And when I got back, most people, they diet before they go on vacation. I did the reverse. I ate as much as I could before and during and a little bit after the vacation. It wasn't until the photos started coming in on Facebook, and one in particular, that kind of made an impression on me, so to speak. Can we show that picture?
Oh yeah, let's switch to that picture. We have everyone loves a good, before and after.
Should we give a warning if there's any children?
No, I
Leave
think
the
it's
room.
fine.
So that is me in India. That's not a 55-year-old Hungarian woman. That is me. Not looking too svelte, It looks like I got a Michelin tire man look going on. It might have just been a bad position or lighting, but I mean, excuses. You can't make excuses about these things,
They say the photos don't lie.
And the camera.
The camera puts on.
Only so much.
Only so much.
So.
We've all had bad pictures, but so this is the one that.
This is the one that left its mark on me. I was
Yeah.
looking at that picture, and I thought, I'm 35 years old. I can't go on like this.
Yeah.
And until then, I had been walking. I started walking. I'd leave my apartment after work.
Yeah.
Started very small, 15
Yeah.
minutes around the block. I'm sweating and huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
Come back home. Then it's 20 minutes. And before you know, I'm walking like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. Not every day, a couple times a week.
Yeah.
But it's low impact. And,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'll just drop weight doing this. So when that picture came in, I said, well, that's not low impact. And I mean, that's too low impact. I'm 35. I can't look this way.
Yeah.
I need to kick it into high gear. And I'd heard about these boot camp programs. They're kind of old news now. You have CrossFit, you have all this other stuff going on.
Yeah.
I don't know about Zumba. I don't think I can't dance, so it's not happening. But
You can do Zumba.
but anyways,
We'll do a Zumba special with Justin.
I heard about boot camp at the local Y with McCone and Fenton. Great guy. He does this program. So I went by myself, nervous as hell. I hadn't done any extraneous exercise since high school football.
Wow.
So I wasn't a football star either. So but it was great exercise, great fitness regime.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very nervous going into that, But
something was motivating you, or something
that
was
photo
driving you.
alone
That
just
photo.
motivated me. Like, get out there, do it. Like, just.
Did you used to look at it again and
Yes.
Or,
yes.
yeah.
I didn't. I mean, it's not like Rocky where I had it in my mirror or anything.
Well.
But No, I'd go back and I'd say, geez, like, as long as I got to get away from that.
Wow.
If I break my leg doing this boot camp thing, at least I made an effort to get away from that look. And I'm not trying to be over dramatic. It's not, I wasn't Jared from Subway before he started, mainlining Subway sandwiches for a diet. But I was too hefty for me at the time. So I did boot camp for about a year.
Yeah. How often a week would you do that?
That's 3 days a week. That's, it's like a Tuesday and Thursday night, then a Sunday morning, which I didn't always make it to.
But that must have been a lot more strenuous and hard work than walking around the block.
Oh, big time. In the recovery period, your first month, you were just perpetually sore. But it's a good sore, that muscle soreness,
So what kept you going back? Because I know a lot of people, when they start something new, especially when it's like a fitness thing and it means some pain, no pain, no gain, but there's some soreness and some...
Two things kept me going back. The first thing is, when you're taking a class, you feel like you're beholden to the class. You owe it to them to go and show up. You're kind of a team now.
Yep.
The other thing is, it sort of does become like a drug. It's, you really depend on that sort of exercise. It's an hour a week or an hour a night, whatever. You really can't think about the small issues going on in your everyday life. You're just huffing and puffing, trying to live to the next moment.
That must have been fun, actually, in a way, just to have something where you're not thinking about anything else.
Yes.
And you're just present. Remember, we were talking about this the other day, that you're present here and now in boot camp.
You're entirely present. We had some small business owners in the class, and they said it was great because for 1 hour a day, they weren't stressed out about the job.
It's pretty cool.
And their business. Like you said, you can't get more present than that because you're just breathing.
You're too exhausted to think about anything.
You're catching your wind.
Yeah.
You're doing everything you can, not to pass out.
Yeah.
And,
I can imagine.
So combined with the team effort and also relying on it for mental break, you are starting to look better and feel better.
Sure.
But that wasn't enough. I still wasn't losing the weight because the exercise you feel like it gives you license to eat whatever you want in the house when you come home.
Oh,
so I was
had that
eating
happen.
out my entire pantry when I get home.
So you kind of reversing the effects of whatever good you did at boot camp?
Well, I was gaining fitness, but not losing weight, actual numbers. So I didn't look so much like that picture.
Yeah.
I was reshaping, but the pounds were coming off. So finally I went to see a nutritionist, Helen Mastro.
Oh.
She's at Harvard Vanguard in Davis.
Okay.
And she was really good. Like, she sort of, she showed me she has these models of food. Here's what a serving of meat looks like. It's like a deck of cards. Here's what a serving of chicken looks like.
Which is not the case when you go out to eat.
No, that's like
I've never seen
service.
something look like a deck of cards.
No, I basically left that day in tears, like thinking, I'm never going to eat again. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, no.
I'm used to the steak hanging off the edge of the plate, dripping onto the table, and that's my idea of a good steak. But you see something like, okay, this is a serving of chicken. This is meat.
Yeah.
8 ounces or 2 ounces. So it really kicked me in the gear.
It's crazy because you can't actually get much that's nutritionally. What is it? I'm trying to say. The serving size that's advocated is not stuff you can actually get easily. Even sodas and drinks and stuff, like 1 cup is 8 ounces. It's really hard to get even a coffee.
They talk about those European servings. Like, you go to a European restaurant and you get this much tonic.
Yeah.
And Americans balk at that, but that's actually serving.
That's a serving size. It's really hard to get that. So I guess you started becoming aware of serving sizes as well.
It's all about the serving size.
Yeah.
And she showed me food labels and turned me on to different things like frozen vegetable steamers.
Oh,
Those are actually better than your canned vegetables because the canning process actually burns out all the
takes
nutrients.
a lot of nutrients out, yeah.
Yeah, where the frozen stuff, it almost sounds counterintuitive, but the frozen vegetables are actually flash frozen on the spot. They retain most of their nutrients and vitamins.
Yeah.
And you throw them in the microwave. Single guy like me, you throw them in the microwave. For two minutes, you're good to go.
Sure.
And I got into Boca burgers, things I never thought I would eat that actually taste pretty good.
Because you're big on taste. I mean, I know you really like your food a lot.
Well, that's what got me into the gym in the first place, But yeah.
Well, we all do, but finding a balance of stuff that's tasty but also healthy and sized appropriately.
Yep. And when you have a Boca burger for the first time and you actually cook it up right and add your normal trimmings and whatever, you're like, damn, this is fine, and I actually don't feel like I'm going to take a nap after like a normal burger is. You know what I mean?
That's
it's not
cool.
bad at all.
So it was tasting good, and you were also having post-eating effects.
I was being fulfilled.
Yeah.
And you actually feel good. It's a momentum thing. I think the more you eat healthy, the more you do well. The more junk you eat, the more junk you crave. And look at me. I'm not a bone rack. So I lost 30 pounds, but I've gained 5 back here, 10 back there, lost another 5. But if I came in here 90 pounds, you'd say, well, he just adopted an eating disorder. So I don't know if you remember a couple months ago, there was some serious back flack against a woman who did that show, The Biggest Loser.
All
She
right.
lost a ton of weight, was kind of bony, took a picture, very proud, and then women, and people were up in arms saying she's anorexic, and
Yeah.
it didn't work out in her favor.
Yeah.
So you can't do a crash diet. It's about sustainability.
I like that you said that because I think a lot of there's a lot of diets out there, but I think what I found works best for a lot of people, in your case as well, was more a lifestyle change, a change in habits over time of eating
Reasonable
habits
ones.
and reasonable ones that you can sustain.
Mm-hmm.
And
Reasonable changes, like if to get someone to switch to salads, if you need to put your blue cheese dressing on, do it. Because if it's going to get you off your ramen noodles and your chicken nuggets with extra salt, then whatever it takes to make a step. It's about a spectrum going from one end to the other. You don't just jump into being a vegan, because it's not going to last.
yeah, so making small changes, I think that would be like
Subtle changes. Just the right choices. Eating peanut butter and yogurt for breakfast instead of. I was on a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich every single day regimen.
Wow.
You know what I mean? For months, and apparently you don't lose weight doing that.
We've been using an app lately called what's it called? MyFitnessPal. It's a
Yes.
free app for Android. I think also maybe for.
That's actually on my notes right
iOS.
here.
Oh,
Because,
is it?
you get
That's
the app on
helped
your
us
phone.
a lot. Actually, it's really helped us
It's
track and
free,
yeah.
and you can scan the database. I believe is. I
It's
can't
huge.
say
It's
huge.
really huge. It's really big, and you can scan your
Every Trader Joe's
barcodes,
items.
everything from Trader Joe's and a lot of other places.
Yeah.
Actually, the Star Market stuff shows
Fast
up.
food stuff. If you cheat and you go to get a Whopper, it will tell you it's on there.
And I think for me, seeing the amounts was pretty shocking.
It holds you accountable.
Breakfast sandwiches, like 750 calories, and I don't think I'll ever become like a crazy calorie counter, but it just was really good to know what was going inside.
Well, that tally at the end of the day holds you accountable. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, and that's when exercise comes in, because you say, well, I ate this much and I cheat a little bit, but if I go for a 2-hour walk or an hour walk, I burn X amount,
Yeah.
400 calories. That buys that burger back. So it's about give and take. So you're under
That's
your
right.
daily.
So it's
It
a little
helps
like
a
it's an
lot.
accounting system, and
Very
we're
much so.
we're taking way more walks now. Like we do walks and talks instead of sitting on the couch and chatting. We'll go for a walk, or we'll decide to walk somewhere instead of taking the car or a train or anything. We'll walk, and especially now that the weather's getting nice, that
And
really helps.
I wrote this down in the notes just to take a quick stab.
Yeah.
These fad diets are killing me, like the gluten-free craze. Yeah, gluten-free food is good for you. And if you have celiac disease,
Yeah, that makes
it's a very
sense.
serious thing. But Jimmy Kimmel just did a thing where they sent a crew out and they asked a bunch of people in LA,
Yeah.
very in shape people at an
Yeah.
LA park, are you on the gluten-free diet?
Yeah.
If so, why? What is gluten? And the results is hysterical, as you can imagine. Nobody
I can
knows what
imagine.
gluten
Nobody
is.
knows what gluten is.
But they know it's bad.
They know it's
and
bad.
they should avoid
it's
it
not
all.
bad.
No.
It's not bad.
Neither is saturated fat, right?
It depends. Everything in balance is
Yeah.
what I think, unless you have a serious allergy or disease to, people have shrimp allergies or seafood allergies, and they're serious.
But your
and
body does need certain amounts of fat, carbs,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
just function. Your brain.
It needs things to function. So I think balance is the key. Let's look at your after photograph, shall we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we saw the before ones, and let's go back to the computer and let me see if I can pull this up. I haven't worked a Mac in a long time. Let's see, Justin too. Wow, so this.
That's me at my thinnest, and it is a little
is-
eating disordery looking in it. And, my girlfriend, you lightened that up. My girlfriend took that shot of me at Stoddard's. It's a pretty dark bar in Boston, but you lightened it up really
Yeah,
well.
you can see.
So that was
it's
last
a big
summer.
change.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lifestyle change, and it's a confidence builder, and
Yeah.
it shows that it can. It shows that it can be done, and I'm not the most motivated person, and it shows that it can be done.
I think it's really impressive. And when I met you after this, not only did you look good, but quite honestly, you sounded
a little bit more
different.
upbeat, maybe.
Yeah, you were much. I don't know. You just seemed much more together.
And it wasn't a bar crawl, so I probably wasn't slurring, and I sounded
not as
sober.
well.
I didn't have a pineapple in my hand. I was
You
eating
have
it
pineapple in
instead.
your hand. Well, you just seemed happier. I don't know. You seemed less heavy physically, but also mentally. I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes perfect
It
sense.
felt like that. In fact, I also want to show you this other really great photo. Can I do this? Here. A couple other really nice photographs. This is such a
Yes.
nice one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was shortly after
No,
your
this is
diet, but I really
this is a
want to
couple
share
weeks
this
ago.
one.
That's a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
And
So-
I'm so not photogenic. The camera is not my friend.
You look great.
The pale Irish skin and everything. So to
You
find a
look
photo I actually
happy.
look okay in.
Yeah.
you
I
know.
think you look great, and
Thank
that's
you.
Sandra.
Yep.
Sandra also came into your life, I think.
Yes, she did.
Not too long, or was it close after?
I asked her out
this-
before. She said, "No way, fatty." And then then I went again, and she said, maybe this time.
Maybe this
Yeah,
time.
you won't screw
Sandra's
up the
lovely.
suspension on the shocks of my car. Oh, fine. You know, so.
Well, I'm really glad that worked out, and we have a couple more minutes, and I wanted to share with you
Yes, I'm talking,
the
talking,
recipe
talking. So let's do it.
for today. So what I have today is something that when I met Justin for the second time, he said he really loved, and it is your favorite salsa.
Oh, nice.
This is the smoked jalapeno and tomato salsa, and it's pretty tasty. I'm going to show it to you right here. Can I do that, computer? No, sorry.
There it is.
There it is.
Is that a little cilantro on the top?
There's some cilantro in there, and I've smoked the jalapenos and the tomatoes, and it's a very healthy recipe. Actually, there's no fat in it. And then I made these. I actually looked up a recipe and found baked tortilla chips because the store-bought ones have a lot of salt and
You
a lot
made
of
those?
oils. So these are homemade.
Oh, nice.
Come on in front and you can have a taste.
Yeah,
couple
normally
minutes
I'd be a
we have
little bit
left.
bashful, but I'm hungry and this looks great.
Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do
It
this.
is chow and tell.
It is chow and tell. So
Do you?